We're going to move forward to our next guest, Miss Michelle Lindo-Rice. I know her name says Michelle Jackson, but I believe that's Michelle Lindo-Rice right there. Hello, how are you? You're on mute.
Hello, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you so much for having me again. I am super excited to be on tonight.
Good, and we're super excited to have you as always. Unfortunately, it's just gonna be fortunate, unfortunate, however you want to put it. It's just gonna be me and you tonight. Gwen is, as you may know, she's a part of her church choir, and they have a big show coming up with a celebrity performer, and they're going to be backing them up like they always do. Yes, so she's at choir rehearsal, so it's
Okay.
just me tonight.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Thank you for having me, Rhonda.
Oh, well, like I said, thank you for being here. I love talking with you, and tonight's gonna be no different. So, before we even get started, why don't we go ahead and I'll give you the floor. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Michelle Lindo-Rice, and I write drama filled page turners that keep you reading to the end. I write
Yes,
both romance and women's fiction, and I have been writing for a good while now. And so I'm blessed to be published with Harlequin Special Edition
nice.
as well as Harlequin Mira. And so besides that, I'm a grandma of a 3-year old and
Oh,
Nova, and she's just a little blessing to have around. So
oh, that's
having
so
me,
sweet. Well, congratulations on being a grandma.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Hey, I
wonderful.
don't know. My daughter's 25 and she has not given me a grandchild yet, but I'm not ready for her to do it just yet. I want her to wait
Yeah,
a little while longer.
yeah, yeah.
So what's going on in the world of Michelle Lindo Rice these days?
Well, as you know, I when I'm not uh writing, I'm, you know, working with other authors as a literary agent, but right now I am writing. I am working on I have oh goodness, I have a book coming out with special edition in a
Well,
few
actually,
months.
today's the day, isn't it?
And I have a book that came out today as some of
Yay,
the
there
books.
it
Today's release day.
is.
This is my second book with Mira, and it's another book about books. And so, yeah, I was trying to think of what, oh gosh, I lost the date, but it's around November that I have another one coming. But yes, today is release day, and I'm so like excited that I get to come on here for release day. Yay!
Yeah, I love
Congratulations.
that. So it's a book about books. So tell me about this book about books.
Yes. Okay. So on the front cover, it says Beaches, Books, Besties, and Secrets. And I think those four words sum up a lot of what you're going to read in a summer for the books. The title aptly fits the book because there's a lot of things that's going down this particular summer. You have best friends that are not besties anymore. They've been separated for quite some time. And
Hmm.
then one gets in an accident. She has amnesia, and so she needs her bestie to come and help her figure things out. And while all that's going on, they have a secret that they have been keeping for years, and this is the summer where it gets revealed. So I have a lot of
Oh,
things going on in this book, I think. It was
it sounds
it
kind
was
of
actually,
juicy.
yes, it was actually one of actually my most ambitious project to date. You know, as an author, sometimes you just want to challenge yourself, and I'm hoping that readers really connect with it and stay with me for the ride through a summer for the books.
What do you think made it challenging? What was it that helped you to stretch as an author?
So, besides it being a book about books, it's actually a book within a book.
Oh,
So, yeah, one of the friends is an author, and you're reading parts of her book. There's a dual timeline going on. I have a little bit of so you have three point of views. Uh, each of the best friends, Shelby and Jewel, as well as their daughter, her adoptive daughter, Lacey. And so I have timelines, I have point of views, and I have a book within a book. So keeping everything straight. And I'm hoping that my readers will be able to keep everything straight as well. That's my fear, is that there, because people want to read for enjoyment, but there are little clues in every single chapter that I'm hoping that people will grab onto.
Oh wow. So they really have to pay attention because now they're not just dealing with three different points of view, but you have little clues throughout the book. And
Yes.
that's what's going to help them to I guess find the big
Yes, the
reveal.
secret as a
Yes, the
secret.
big reveal.
Yes, yeah. Which I mean, we have it, but the part of it is, of course, when it becomes revealed to the characters themselves. So
Right, right. Well, that sounds like a really fun read though.
I think so, but we'll see what everyone thinks. I'm super super nervous. I think as with every author, when your work come out, you have a vision, and
Hmm.
you work hard with your editor to get that vision. But now, does the readers actually get that vision as well? Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, and I don't know if you heard when I was talking with our last guest, Christine. I said the thing about writing, you kind of write in a vacuum, and you
Yes.
have to kind of think about the questions that your reader is going to have. You're not going to be able to stand behind everybody who reads your book and explain
Yes.
to them what you meant about when you wrote a certain
Exactly.
passage.
Well said. Exactly. And so you're like, I hope they get it. I hope they connect. I, I hope they keep reading. All of these things that are the things that you hope as an author, but you also hope to get an emotional reaction. Whether it's, I
Yes.
absolutely hated it, but I finished the book, or I loved it.
Oh, you know what? I love it when people say I hated the characters, but they couldn't wait to see what happened to them. I mean,
Exactly.
hate is an emotion too. So
And
if
I
you
say thank you.
yeah, exactly, if you get your readers to hate your character and they're supposed to hate your character, or I've had people who just said I just wanted to shake her.
Yes, I've had that.
Hmm. Yeah, but that just means that you're evoking the right emotions out of your reader to make them want to keep reading.
Yes.
Everybody's not going to love every character, and I don't want you to love every character.
But you have to at least care enough about them to want to finish it. What
Exactly.
happened?
I want them to care, but I don't need them to love everybody. Some
Mm.
people I want them to be a villain, but then have you ever read some books where you actually kind of like the villain?
Oh yes, all the time. You just have that lovable bad guy, and you just want to continue reading
Yeah.
whoever the character is, male or female. Yeah, we say the character that you love to hate.
Exactly. I always liken it to Marvel Comics because with Marvel Comics, the villain has good qualities about them, and then yeah, you're supposed to hate the villain, but then when you start thinking about it, you're like, he was actually kind of right. And
Yes, I mean that
I
was
know I'm probably going to have some comic book heads who are going to come for me. I don't know the difference between all these comics, Marvel, DC, and so
I don't
forth.
either. That's why I just
Yeah.
said Loki. He was a great
Yeah.
bad guy.
All I know is the comic book villains, you either love them or you hate them, or you're like, well, he was kind of right. For instance, Killmonger.
Hmm.
Everybody hated Killmonger
Yes.
in Black Panther, but when you started thinking about it, you're like, wait a minute, what he was saying was actually right.
Yeah, and he
And
was
then there
phenomenal
was
too. So
yes, absolutely. Then there was the other comic villain. I don't remember his name. I told y'all I'm not a comic head. I just know some of these characters. But he was the one who wanted to eliminate 50% of the population of the earth because he said the earth was getting
oh my
overcrowded and it
gosh,
was
yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, but I know. Yes.
yeah, but when you think about it, yes, he might have wanted to do it in a diabolical way, but his motivation for wanting to do it was actually admirable.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I,
so
I
that's
mean,
why
you are teaching stuff about. Motivation,
Yes, yes,
I'll never forget, like, Victoria Christopher Murray once said to me, we will, you know, we will love the character, we will be with you on the journey if we understand the why.
yes,
We get the
exactly,
motivation. You can do anything
exactly.
as long as we understand the motivation.
And that's the way it should be. And that's why I said not every character is meant to be loved, but sometimes the character that you think everybody's going to hate winds up being the character that people love. But
Yeah.
when you give them layers, you allow your reader room to love or hate or at
Yes.
least care about the character.
Because in every bad guy, in even like you said, in the comics or otherwise, they always have a redeemable quality.
Yes.
They have to have something that makes you still connect with them, and that's what makes you not necessarily love what they're doing, but at least understand, or at least get to still secretly kind of root for them. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. I love that. So now, how in the world do you have a book that you just released today? It hits the stands today, and then you have another one coming out a few months later. Were you writing both books at the same time?
No, it could be when they plan to publish, so generally it's written about probably a year or so in advance, but sometimes they may say, let's put this out till this date, or let's do that. And so you might end up with a few that comes closer together. But I have been writing a lot. The one that's coming out is actually Fortune on His Doorstep. I was
Mm,
privileged to be a part of the continuity that Harlequin Special Edition does. And so that's the one that's coming out in I think it's October, late October. It's a November release, but it comes out like the last weekend in October. Yeah.
wow. Well, you are a busy lady.
Yes, but I am definitely looking forward to relaxing a little bit. There's wisdom in resting. Yes.
Oh, amen to that. Amen to that. So, I'm looking at you. We have July. There's not a lot of time. I know it may seem like it, but there's not a lot of time between July and November. So, what are you doing in these few months?
So, of course, right now I'm definitely promoting a summer for the books, and it will be probably around, October or so, early mid September, early October, where I'll start talking about the other book. But pretty much a summer for the book is what I call my big book. It's my women's fiction book, and it has as my editor explained, it has a longer shelf life, so to speak. So, I mean, even now, the Bookshop Sisterhood, which I came on with the last time, I think it was that book, and it's still making its way through stores and with book clubs. It takes a little while, I believe, and so I'll still
Yes.
always be promoting a summer for the books for quite some time. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, I like that you have a plan. You're very intentional about what you're doing with this. I see you. So, how is the writing process when I know, and our last guest was an editor. You are a literary agent. Do you approach the writing process a little different? Because not so much that you have an in with the publishing houses, but you kind of know what publishing houses are looking for. Does that kind of stay in the back of your mind when you're trying to do your own writing?
Um, I don't. I think I think when I sit to write, I'm using a different part of my brain, I think. But there are things that I do know, and that's from being an agent myself. But I think a lot of authors also know this who work with uh even in the trad pub area, which is there's just certain scenes that always begin a book, and
Mhm.
you see it so much that as an author you try to um either uh challenge yourself by having either a different scene, or you try to challenge yourself by saying, okay, how can I eliminate this and get to the scene quicker? And that's what a lot of the editors will say, because they're like, there are a lot of books that begin exactly the same way. And that's what you see as well when your agent, or imagine the editor though, what they're seeing. And so it wasn't until I was I wasn't an agent at that time, but my editor said to me, can we please just start here? She goes, and my lovely beginning scene, I was like, yeah, but she was reflecting, you get a lot of thoughts. And she was like, can we just start here? She goes, do you know how many books I get? And she was like, I can't see another one. And so you learn that and you pass that on as well. And not, sometimes your clients are like, oh, that's great. Thanks for telling me. And sometimes they may be like, well, I feel I need this, or, they might think, oh, maybe you just didn't like my, book or whatever, but it's not that. It's that you kind of get a feel for it and you see it yourself.
So you're saying that we don't have to start our books with our main character waking up in the morning and looking out of the window with a
Yeah.
cup of coffee, grabbing a cup of coffee and just thinking back on the night before. We don't have to do
Yes.
that.
And yes, exactly. And there's quite a few more. And so, not that you can't have it, but if you can find a creative way to make it stand out. Like for example, if you're gonna have your character wake up in the morning, did they wake up in space? Then we
Right.
can say, okay, there's something different. So you can use the same spin, but make sure that you have something creative to go with it.
Love that.
Because of the importance of, the first 5 pages. Sometimes it's the first line, sometimes it's the
Yeah.
first paragraph.
You
And
know, that's interesting that you say that because I've heard some people say they'll give a book 50 pages before they put it down. Or some might even say 10 or 20 pages, but you say the first 5 pages.
yes, and I mean, there's a book even called The First 5 Pages. But when editors have, you picture that they may have, let's say for argument's sake, they have 20 books in their inbox, and they have to make rapid decisions. Even as an agent, when you have X amount of books in your inbox and you're looking to clear it out, and you ask for the first 10 pages or the first 5 pages, it's because you want to see how they began, and it's the same process, by the way, that readers do. Most readers in a bookstore are not sitting and reading 50 pages and then deciding, do I want this
Right.
book? They read the back of the book, maybe the title, but I've seen it. I've seen them even do it with me sitting there trying to hustle at Barnes and Noble, sell the book. They'll read the back, and then they'll open the book and they'll read the first page, and then they'll gently put it down and keep walking.
They,
So
they do this, they
it
look at
happens
it, they
all
read
the time.
it, they look
Yeah.
at the back, then they go, well, good luck.
Yes, exactly. So then you said to yourself, gosh, what was wrong with my first page? Why I did not capture that? And they
That's a
keep going.
very good
And
point.
so it's the same thing. Agents and editors are readers as well. And so that is the challenge, which is, I don't have to, right? The reader does not have to read 50 pages to make up their minds.
Very good. I love that. Now, to Tony Benita, I don't know if you saw, but she
Yes,
wants to remind you that we are going to see each other at the end of this month
yes.
when we go to the National Book Club Conference.
Yes, I'm super excited to be going again. I went last year and I managed to secure a slot again this year. And I'm hoping that people come into my slot. I'm super excited um to talk about summer for the book, and excuse me, and hopefully sign copies as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be my first year going to the event. I've been wanting to go for years, and this is one of the events that has a lot of stick to itiveness.
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
around for a long time. The
Yes.
book clubs come out. If you ever wanted to meet book clubs, this is the place to be.
Oh yes. And what I love about it is that you know, I can't remember what year it was, but it was quite a few years ago. I was, the authors that were one of the authors that was in either the room selling or in the hallway selling, I was set up there, and you get to network with other authors. And so, and you're sitting there, you're like, please, I hope they come and see me, and visit my booth. And so now I get a chance to get an hour slot to present. And you still feel the same thing. Like, I hope somebody comes and see me, but it's such a wonderful event. If I believe it was 20 years. I hope I didn't get that wrong. But
Yes,
it's a significant
it's
number
year
last
20.
year, and I was there for that, and it was absolutely amazing. So, like you said, there it had like that withstanding power to last all this time, and I think it's a wonderful event. And the readers, they come to talk to authors, to network, and to celebrate each other. So I
Yes.
love to see them dressed in their book club matching
I
outfit. They
know. I mean,
are
book clubs are like
amazing.
little sororities. They
Yes,
all have their t-shirts.
yes,
They
yes.
have all of their matching paraphernalia. I love it when I see book clubs come out. And wine clubs are starting to do the same thing.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, see, I live in Maryland, and there are a lot of wineries in Maryland, Virginia,
Yes.
and um, I had an event back in February. We called it Books and Wine, and there were a number of wine clubs that came out to support the event, and they had the cutest T-shirts on. One lady showed up wearing a skirt with books all over the skirt. It was
Oh
really
my
cute.
gosh, how cute is that?
Yes, I mean, books are a serious matter these days.
Oh yes, we could go there, but yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, there's a question in the chat from A. Shakur. He is a self-published author. He wants to know how he could benefit from an event such as a national book club conference or possibly any type of literary conference. And I know the answer, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, the benefit to that is that writing can be a very lonely world. You get to meet other authors, but most importantly, you get to meet readers. Readers connect to authors. They will support you when they know you. And
Yes.
so going to that event, you get to meet like, especially like, we're talking about National Book Club conference at the minute, at this moment, but most of those events, you're going to meet like-minded people who love books, who want to talk about books. And it's more than your friend or your family that said they read it, but they really didn't.
Right. It might be sitting on their shelf, but they can't tell you how it ended.
Yes.
And it's
So
so sad
yeah.
because my family supports me, loves the fact that I'm an author. But I quizzed them the other night. I said, Did you did you ever read Trust? No, but I have it. I'm like, well, I'm glad you have it, but did you read it? I don't have time to read it. You know I'm not a reader. I got the book though. Then I asked another
Which
one,
is
did you?
okay too, but yes,
Yeah,
if
I said,
you
did
get
you
a
read
chance at these
Trust?
events to meet readers that are interested in knowing you, right?
Yes, yes. But so you sometimes, and I tell people all the time, I don't get upset about it. I think it's a joke and I laugh about it because your family is not your target audience. You didn't write books just for your family to buy your books. You wrote books because you want to connect with readers. So if you have a family full of people or your friends who are not really readers, don't get mad that they don't buy your book. They're not readers.
Yes.
So
I've
you
been
have to go to the
fortunate.
people.
Yeah, I've been fortunate where a good number of my family have bought my books, and a few of them have even read it and will call me about it. But of course, when you're doing multiple books, after a while,
Right.
people drop off. So it's okay though.
And that's true
I'm
too.
grateful when they
They
can.
almost
Uh,
everybody read my first couple of books, but I'm like, the more books I write, they're not going to keep buying the
yeah,
books.
yeah,
They're just happy for me.
they but my sisters, they have read every single one, and they have purchased every single one.
Yes.
Even though I said I'll just give you one, they are determined to support me, and I'm so grateful for them. So I know exactly what you're
Amen.
talking about. Yes.
Amen. I love that. I love that. Well, we only have 3 minutes left. So what I would, and I know we dropped a lot of gems in this conversation. So I'm not even sure how much more advice you could give. But as an agent, Because we had these questions to come in about self-publishing. One thing I would say about self-publishing, there's nothing wrong with being a self-published author.
No, I've done it.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, and you can't compare yourself to a traditionally published author, but only so far, because you don't want people to pick up your book and say, "Oh, this must be self-published." So you want to make sure that you can stand up with any other book, but don't feel that you're not always going to get the same opportunities that a traditionally published author will get. But it doesn't make your book any less than a traditionally published author. And I'll stop there and I'll let you continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've done self-publishing, and there are authors right now that are both trad pub and they still self-pub. And so self-publishing gives you that wonderful freedom of this is what I want, this is how I do it. You just have a lot of creative control.
Hmm.
What I do say though is that make sure that you hire people in field, knowledgeable people in field that can help with
Yes.
editing process for your work, whatever it is, whether it be self-pub or trad pub, you want to make sure that the quality, the level of
Yes.
is
And
there
and
for
that's what I
either.
mean when I say
Because your
your
name
book
is
should
on
stand
either one.
within the other book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a great point. You don't want people to just pick up your book and say, "Oh, look at the quality on this. This must be self-published. This guy must have done it themselves." And you don't want your book to look like something that you printed over at the Office Depot
Yeah.
and then tried to sell.
And
Well, I
I've
mean,
seen
sometimes if
some.
that's all you can do, that's all you can do.
Yes, and I've seen some indie authors, we call them, who have amazing
Yes.
quality writing, and they're choosing to self-publish to be indie authors, and I've seen their covers could compete with those out there. So yes, take the time to hire the designer for your cover, etc., and and attend conferences, build your knowledge base,
Yeah.
network with other indie authors, and yeah, you'll see the growth, and you'll and readers will purchase your work. Yes.
Wonderful. So, Michelle, show us your book one more time,
Yes.
um, and tell us how we can find the book. This is your pub day. This is day
Yes,
day
and I'm
one.
so
Yay!
excited. I'm really excited, and I really hope that you pick it up, tell a friend or two or 30 about it. If you can't afford it, go to the library, please, and ask them to buy it. That's wonderful to give yourself and others the opportunity to read it. It's available in ebook on Amazon, on Barnes and Noble, all over. It's available in paperback. And if you would like to check out sample chapters, you can go to www.michellelindorice.com and read some sample chapters. And I pray it grabs you so that you'll hit that buy now button. Thank you so
There
much
you
for having
go.
me.
And I did put the link, the Amazon link to the book in the chat. So please scroll up, go to the Amazon link, click that link. Let's go ahead and support this book on its first
You.
day on the shelves. Let's move those numbers up. I'm looking for. Oh, by
And
the
visit
way,
your indie bookstores as well.
absolutely. Go. You don't have to just get it from Amazon. Go to your indie bookstores. We need to continue to support our indie bookstores. But I was going to ask very quickly, what formats can we find the book?
Yes, it's in ebook, and it's in audiobook, and it's also in paperback. So you can listen as you drive, but just be careful when you're driving and listening. Lots of
Yes,
drama.
listen. Don't read while you drive, but you can listen while you drive.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Michelle. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for
I
once
did as
again
well.
being back. Congratulations once again on your book release. Keep
Thank you
doing
so much.
amazing things.
Thank you. Bye.